You.
How are you?
What are my fingers? Okay.
Thank you. Welcome to
Where are you from?
I'm here from Algeri.
Oh, wonderful.
Welcome.
You must come to our pavilion. Take
Yeah, inshallah.
this one. What's your name?
غاية.
Huh?
غاية.
Higher green. Ah,
See?
but dressed in pink.
Yes.
Social media as being Gaia.
Wonderful.
She's active for the environment.
Wonderful.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to Eid.
يهدف تحرك أنقذوا التربة سيف سويل لتسليط الضوء على الرسالة التي مفادها أن التربة الحية السليمة هي الحل لتغير المناخ. شق تحرك أنقذوا التربة الذي يقوده اليوغي الهندي سادغورو طريقه لهذا العام إلى مؤتمر الأطراف كوب 28. وعقدت حملة أنقذوا التربة عددا من حلقات النقاش المهمة والمحادثات المفتوحة مع كبار الخبراء في جناحها بالمنطقة الزرقاء على مدار الأسبوع. تلك المحادثات التي قادها خبراء في مجال الحفاظ على التربة بما في ذلك ممثلين عن اتفاقية مكافحة التصحر.
He came from his inner experience. He's the founder, he's a mentor, a leader in his field, and for me, he's a master for me. Sadhguru, welcome through Dubai TV هذا الصباح morning show.
Good morning. Namaskaram.
Namaste. I remember back then in Dubai when I first attended Safe Soil campaign, and I saw you with your bike scrolling around more than 100 days, a lot of countries. Today I know the information that you reached to more than 4 billion people on this planet about saving soil. My question for you is, how do you see the future of soil and the next COP? And why it's important to support the agriculture? We know that soil is not an infinite resource, and why it's important, this awareness, especially if we don't want the planet to cease us in this life.
See, who you are, who I am, what every life is, whether it's a worm, insect, bird, tree, animal, and all of us are soil. The question is only, will we get this point now, or will we get it when we're buried? This is the only option. If we get it now, we can make a difference. If we get it when we are buried, we make good manure, but it won't benefit us. So a time has come, if we don't act now, well, not that the world will end or something, nothing like that. It's just that we'll put next generation of people into immense suffering, that's for sure. It is… people are, like to talk about doomsday, that world will end. World will not end. If it ends, no problem. If it just ends, what's the problem? It doesn't end, it will bring much suffering to every life. Right now, that suffering is happening to every other life. If you listen to life around you, whether it's a microbial life, worms, insects, birds, animals, trees, plants, all of them are suffering immensely. This will come to us. Right now we are on a splurge. It will come to us because our life here doesn't happen independent of that. These are all the foundational life upon which we are thriving. If they're not there, we cannot be. If we are not there, they will all thrive. We must understand this, that our life is dependent upon them, but their life doesn't depend on us. So they are the more important or significant life on this planet. We are signing our own warrant for death or suffering. So it may not happen now, it may happen 50 years later, 100 years later, but we are heading that way because right now all projections are showing by the end of this century, by the end of 21st century, 85% of the species on the planet are threatened. That's not a scape for life.
COP28 mobilizes more than $57 billion. How this contribution, the future of the next COP, how you see the future of the next COP for the soil?
If I'm not the deciding factor here, but if you ask me, if you don't move at least 50% of the fund and the mechanism towards soil and land, you will regret this. We're just going on talking about carbon dioxide in the air. I'm not saying it's not a concern, it's a major concern. But the best ways to sequester both carbon dioxide and water is a green leaf. Photosynthesis is the magic on this planet. It looks like we have forgotten. We have plastic leaves here, they don't photosynthesize anything. We want it to just look pretty. It's not about being pretty, it's life, manufacturing life. It's feeding life in the earth. So, from 1,000 years ago to today, if you look at it, 87% of the photosynthesis has gone down. This is just death warrant. You must understand, all complex life happened only after photosynthesis started. And now 85% or 87% of the photosynthesis as a phenomena has gone down in 1,000 years. So if you keep putting this down, it is not going to work. Every extra leaf that you put on this planet is one fresh step towards climate mitigation. We must understand this. Because just looking at science, everybody tries to pretend they understand scientific jargon and economic data. No, that is not the way. Make them stand in the hot sun for 1 hour, allow them to come under a tree, they know what's the difference. That is the difference for every life. We need to make that happen.
Thank you very much, Sadhguru. Thank you very much. Jyoti, welcome through Dubai TV, هذا الصباح show. Today we all of us are gathering at COP28, not only for the climate change but also the plant, the Mother Earth, the soil also. We have oceans, it's big topics. But today with Safe Soil, I remember I attended the first event in Dubai last year and I was really happy to see all these achievements that you reached so far. Tell us more about Safe Soil.
Yes, and how appropriate that we're speaking today, because today is World Soil Day. So this is beautiful that we have this opportunity to talk to the people in Dubai. So Safe Soil is a movement that started back in March 2022, but it was something that was there was decades of ecological initiatives that Sadhguru has been doing, and because of this he was able to do the launch of on March 2022. So the idea is that we don't really think about what's beneath our feet. Right? The soils are getting depleted, they're degraded. 52% of the global soils are degraded. We need to do something about this because it's not something so simple, it takes a little bit of time. So there's a sense of urgency. So for people to understand how important it is, how we all need to come together and become aware of soil, Sadhguru went on this journey. He started in March 2022. He went for 100 days straight, 27 nations, met with government officials, met with the citizens, and because of this, the idea of soil and how important it is became something that most people knew about. And this movement has been continuing on now, and now we've reached, because of the world we're living in, the digital world we're living in, we've been able to reach 4 billion people. So, you wonder, is this really true, right? Like, have you really reached 4 billion people?
Unbelievable.
Right. So, I sometimes wonder about these types of things, like, where are these 4 billion people? So I was talking to somebody who is, very much involved in the soil world, and he called me up and he goes, I have to tell you something. He goes, not once, but twice, I got into an Uber. The Uber driver asked me what I do for a living, and he said, I work within the soil field. And he's like, oh, I know about soil because I've been following Safe Soil. So these are 2 Uber drivers. I spoke to somebody else who's in the agricultural policy making world, and he said, before I can even speak to him, he's like, I know about Safe Soil because my kids go to a school where the kids have Safe Soil stickers. So it's definitely becoming something that people know about. We all know what trees are, right? We understand the importance of trees. Now we need to all understand the importance of soil. So this is why. And this movement has become the way it is because of the passion of the volunteers that are behind this. And this is coming from Íşa Foundation.
So how Íşa Foundation is contributing to our world?
Yes, because Íşa Foundation is looking at raising human consciousness. And when you want to raise human consciousness, Mother Earth, right? We have to also raise our consciousness in how we're treating Mother Earth. So volunteers have come together. There are community events, even just this weekend. Globally, there's community events happening. People are coming together, they're walking, they're standing in front of iconic locations. Bridges are being lit up for Safe Soil and the green and blue colors that you see all around here. So the volunteers are so passionate about this because at the end of the day, it's all living things and we want to raise human consciousness. And this is what Íşa Foundation is looking at. And this is Sadhguru's mission.
شارك سادغورو أيضاً في العديد من الفعاليات بما في ذلك The Wake Up Experience، وهي فعالية منظمة في اليوم العالمي للتربة 5 من ديسمبر من قبل Impact Nest وبالتعاون مع المفوضية السامية للأمم المتحدة لشؤون اللاجئين، والتي سلطت الضوء على طرق معالجة مشكلة الهجرة الناجمة عن تغير المناخ.
كل قيادات العالم هنا في دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة، وفي مدينة المستحيل دبي نحضر ورش عمل وأيضا مواضيع كبيرة وكثيرة في مؤتمر الأطراف المناخي كوب 28. كل ذلك وأكثر في هذه الأيام إلى 12 من ديسمبر المقبل. الجميع هنا ينمو معا لصناعة التغيير، وكوب هو واحدة من هذه الخطوات لحماية وجودنا على هذا الكوكب.